All right, here we go. Week 17. We got the Packers versus the Vikings. So Minnesota is favored by 2. And this is a hard one for me, but I'm going to go ahead and take Minnesota on this one. The model, and if you come up here, we'll start from the top. The model is giving Minnesota 58% chance of winning, which equates to a 2-point spread. When we come over here to the right, if you just look at the raw scores, 24-24, so it tells me that they're uh, about even. Now, keep in mind, Minnesota obviously they lost Kirk Cousins somewhere in this mid-season frame. I forget which, but probably right around Chicago time frame. So they've certainly been struggling to find a replacement quarterback since then. But that notwithstanding, they've got a solid defense, as we see right here. They've got a solid. Uh, uh, well, it still shows that they've got a solid passing right. I think that's left over from Kirk Cousins. But I think that they've been improving upon their rushing as well. Meanwhile, Green Bay is overall just right there, solid, not great, but solid. So it should be a fun game to watch, really should. The rivals, and I think both teams actually have a chance at the playoff here. So let's go ahead and take a look at some. And the one thing I'll point out is the Bayesian adjustment saying, no. Green Bay should have the advantage on this one. It's only a moderate. So basically, that's the correction saying, well, hey, how far off is the predicted from the actual? And the yellow means that it's moderate. I don't see green often. I don't see red often. So it's not surprising to see a lot of yellow. But that notwithstanding, this is going to be a fun game. Let's take a look at some of the performance characteristics here. So as you go around and look, it's not surprising to see that both teams are going to be right around 100 yards of rushing, and both teams are going to be right around 250 yards of passing as well. The one thing that I see here is you just look at some of that explosiveness from Minnesota. I'm sorry, that's not explosive. That's the sacks. They're having a hard time protecting their quarterback. Meanwhile, Green Bay is doing a lot better at that. But when you do come over here and you look at the explosiveness, both teams are about the same, with a little bit more for Green Bay. And then what I'll also point out is Green Bay's, I think they've been doing as well this year, not because they've been so good, but they've been playing disciplined football. You see a little bit more of that interception over here, but again, you had a couple games with was it Dobbs, I think his name was, who threw just a lot of interceptions. That's what was really causing that. But realistically speaking, that 0-1, and I think they've got just a more seasoned veteran playing quarterback now. So if you're looking at Minnesota doing the defense, rushing game, ball control game, and if you start loading up the box, they're going to go ahead and pop it deep. That looks like what they're going to be doing. So ball control football, and quite frankly, Green Bay's been playing that all year. So it should be a pretty even game. That's also why the projected point totals are pretty low. So might not be the most exciting game, but it is going to be an important game. So good luck with your pick. And if you like what you listen to, click like and subscribe.